And we're back. That was actually a really quick round. I just happened to log off and then log back on, and here we are, ready to go. So hopefully we won't time out. We're going to keep a three-land hand on the play. It looks like. Yep, we're on the play. You can tell that we're on the play because we choose whether or not to mulligan first, and that's the way it should be, even in paper tournaments and online as well. So we're gonna first turn tap land, second turn hate blade, into a third turn horde chief. I think that's the game plan at least. We'll see how it goes. Definitely finding out that with this deck we have no follow up to our aggression. We don't have anything like no, we do have one rush of battle, which I thought put us ahead in game two of round two, but we ended up losing. That was a sad scene. To be honest with you, a lot of people mix up their cards. It bothers me when people do that. You know, like they put it in order of what they're going to cast, as if somehow they would forget. Sorry, I'm a better player than that. The plan is still raiding into Horde Chief, though. Always better when our opponent plays two tap lands in a row. And that's the real value between 1 and 2 drops in this set, is the ability to raid into stuff and just gain early tempo and momentum. They're really powerful. They're more powerful than they seem. More than meets the eye. So at this point, even if he drops a morph, we're still swinging for 3. And we've got combat. We're going to swing for 4 because we have combat tricks to back it up. I like keeping my hate blade around. I mean, we could have dropped the bloodsucker there, but having the guy that does death touch is very powerful in this format. I don't know why he. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. It's interesting. He's a very good strategist. He played it as a morph to keep us guessing as to what it was. Good on him. That's what I say about that. It's a good play. Now I'm a little bit torn between playing the guide or the patrol here. I think we're going to play the guide face down because I want to be as aggressive as possible as soon as we can. So as soon as we draw that 5th land, we're ready to go on the guide. I want to be barreling down out the gate and just mow this guy down as quickly as I can. At this point, I'm ready to sacrifice a creature just to make Become Immense a castable spell. I was about to say swinging there would be a big mistake for him. All right, so now we can Become Immense and we can morph the guide. Let's pound some face. Let's just do that. Thank you for doing that. We don't even need to death touch our guy, and that allows us to Become Immense right here, I think. No, we're gonna say no. We're gonna Become Immense. We're gonna keep up the tough spot. Tough spot. Yeah, we're going to become immense. I want to get rid of as many of his creatures off the board as possible. We could have unmorphed our Azban guide there, but I really just want to keep the pressure up. Our opponent's already missed a land drop. Looks like he's playing 4 colors. Red, white, blue. We've only seen red, white, blue, so it's possible he's just playing Biovac as a dual land. He's still on 4 colors. I'm happy with where we are. I just want to keep pushing. We're not going to turn up the morph because I knew he had a trick coming. Okay. Okay. See, that's why we didn't turn up the morph. I had a feeling he had a trick coming. I shouldn't say I knew. I had a feeling. It didn't make sense for him to have 4 land available and not play anything with 5 cards in hand. And he's going back for the utter end. Not a bad choice. And instead of losing a creature, we're just going to throttle his guy, because he's going to be utter ending something. So he's probably going to be utter ending the Salt Road Patrol, so then he'll be at 3, and if he utter ends something, okay, I like where we're at right now. I didn't want to use the Dragon Scale Boon on whatever he blocks, because then that effectively gives him a 2-for-1 on his utter end, or at least a 2-for-2. And when I say that, I mean card advantage. So, you know, he'd be using a Warden. Say he blocked our Mardu Horde Chief, and then we Dragon Scale Booned. So then we effectively use our Dragon Scale Boon as a removal and a buff on our Horde Chief. Then the next turn, he utter ends our Horde Chief. That in total, that sequence of events creates a 2-for-2 environment. The object of the game, or one of the objects of the game, is to create as many 2-for-1 opportunities as you can, and I don't want to give him a 2-for-2 opportunity, just because I feel like if he only plays one, yeah, okay. See, now we're going to swing, he's going to die. He's dead. And that's exactly why we wanted to save that creature. So, we are looking at black, white. Okay, so he's Jeskai Splash Black is what it looks like. Want to bring in Death Frenzy. He looked like he had flying. He had a bunch of little stuff. He had morphs. Death Frenzy definitely would not be bad for us. The problem with Death Frenzy is that we are an aggressive weenie deck. So effectively, we are what we would be sideboarding in Death Frenzy against. Put in Death Frenzy, let's take out Bloodsucker. That's been our MO so far. And neither has come into effect, really, in any game we've played. We're going to keep the 3-land opener. We're really going to keep the 3-land opener. I'd be okay if we drew a Plains here, just because I like to get aggressive early, but it's not going to happen for us. So we're going to play the tap land, and maybe we're going to end up playing Temur Charger's second turn as a 3-1. I think that's probably what's going to happen. Yeah, it is. I don't think that giving something trample in the early game is really that important. I'd rather get that one turn of tempo on him, especially if I can get him for 3 damage. Or trade for a morph even. Oh, great. This is exactly what I wanted. Now I get in for 3 and then trade for a morph next turn if I want to. Or I just get Singing Bellstruck. Up. See, we're going to drop Hateblade here in the hopes that we can swing and then raid into something. Probably should have played the Jungle Hollow instead because it's pretty obvious, so I'm not going to be doing anything with it. This guy's got a lot of tap lands. He's got a lot of mana. Let's see what happens before I play land. So if he blocks, I'm obviously gonna death touch it. Okay. So let's play the tap land. And raid into Horde Chief. The 3 mana 2/3s are fantastic in this format. I can't stress that more. I mean, and the pros said it first, and then after they said it, I listened. And because they hold off a morph, and at the very least, even if I block with the 2/3 here, and he morphs it into something huge, it wastes his turn. It's almost like a time walk, but not as effective. I don't know. It's really good. Screw that card, though. I think that we're going to be swinging with team, and depending on how he blocks, we might end up death frenzying. Really, I mean, at this point, we have either enough mana to Dragon Scale and Death Touch our Hateblade, or we can just Death Frenzy. This turn depends on his blocks. Yep. Yep. Doesn't matter what you do with the morph, buddy. As long as I was looking for him to use the bear to block the Horde Chief here, which really is probably what I would do. And then we're going to get maximum value by Death Frenzying here. Gaining a lot of life. 4 life? Alright. I'm a fan. But at the same time, it kind of does leave him ahead. Because he is more of a late game deck, and we've kind of squandered our early aggro. And the morph was Keru's Spell Snatcher, which if you've watched some of my earlier drafts, you can see how powerful that card is. That can be a real game changer. Four, 5, 6. Maybe we should just play the planes there. It would let us keep mana open for Delve, but for Dragon Scale. But since not, that's some kind of big fatty. I'll tell you, I regret not waiting one more turn for that. For the Death Frenzy. going to fly over here, maybe use the Dragon Scale Boon as some kind of combat trick, and then basically pray it's not a 5. It's either not a Pine Walker or a Snowhorn Rider or even... I have no idea. Well, we are quickly running out of options. That's what I'm trying to say. Uh-oh. What's he doing? Oh, wow. He's Mardu charming our... Okay. I think this one might be one that we lose. Keeping one land in hand just to kind of fake him out. There's no reason not to. Maybe it's a Monastery Flock. I'm only saying that because it's the only thing we can beat here. I don't think that we come away from this unscathed. That's a bad card for it to be. And let's just concede here. A little bit curious what that other one is. This other one was Abomination of Gadul. So we're looking at 4 color morphs, maybe 5 color morphs. And let's go to sideboard. Let's get rid of that Death Frenzy. I think we might have killed ourselves with that. Put Bloodsucker back in. Yep. Let's just roll with that. But give me a second. I'm going to go hit the men's room. I'll be right back. I'm actually about after that game. I don't know. I feel like we threw it away a little bit. I have to think a little bit clearer. A little bit sad. All right. So we're going to try to end this on a positive note as I go pee. Okay. So with a refreshed state of mind, is there anything that we want to change here? We did unsideboard the Death Frenzy. I think we might have killed ourselves a little bit when we used it. Witness might be a good card to bring in. Screw it. Let's just roll with what we have, right? I think so. Let's do it. Let's play first. Oh man, one of these hands, huh? Keep it. Second turn Chief. Hopefully we pick up Horde Chief. That'd be nice. I think we have a Jeskai student in here, and it just has not been played the entire game. That would have been nice to see first turn. I like playing with the graveyards popped out. It bothers me when they're not. And at this point, we know our opponent's deck is a little bit slow. We're just trying to get in as much damage as we can before he catches up with a bunch of big 4 stuffs. So now we have enough mana to swing with Team and then cast Hateblade if we need to. So we have Awaken the Bear. And I don't want to lose my Azban Guide. especially because it's coming up next turn. Okay, so he didn't cast anything, so he's got something going on. It was Crippling Chill. Oh, it's during our upkeep, so we don't have a chance to play the land. That stings. Oh, that stings a little bit. It really does. I really wanted to unmorph that Azban guy this turn. That guy really did us in. That was upsetting. I don't know what the big deal is, why he didn't want to do it on his turn, but oh, because taps. Well, good for him for playing it well, because he definitely did. But if we just gotten that land down, the game would be a much different game starting right now. Smart of him to do exactly what he did. Especially damaging to the ego, because we also just drew Feet of Resistance that turn. Rakshasa's Secret would be very bad for us right now. But I guess we just feet onto the Chief and lose the throttle. He's got 5 cards in his hand. I don't know what he can't cast. Okay. For some reason, he doesn't want to play face-down morphs. So here's what I'm thinking. If I drop Chief of the Scale... Sorry, if I swing with Chief in the Scale and Hateblade, he's going to block Chief of the Scale. Then I can bring back Hordemate to bring back Chief of the Scale. But he's not going to block Hateblade if I just swing with Hateblade alone. And that's going to have the same exact effect. And then I get to Skull Hunter him. I mean, if he wants to trade Snowhorn Rider for Hateblade, I'll do that all day. I didn't think so. So second main, we're going to Skull Hunter him. And then we might suicide, even if, no matter what he drops, we're going to suicide Mardu into him and then Timely Hordemate him. Timely Hordemate, possibly for Skull Hunter back. Especially if he wants to throw away things like High Spire Mantis, I'll do that. This is where it gets hard for a weenie deck. For a deck with lower power, once you get past turn 6, it gets really difficult because your opponent should have everything he needs to beat your face into the ground. And as a weenie deck, if you don't have him around 5 by turn 6 or 7, you're in trouble. That throttle that I dropped might have been a little bit premature. The Become Immense, that changes a lot of things, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's see how this goes down. We're going to swing with team, and honestly, I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to see what he blocks with first. Just there's too many possibilities to think about. Makes sense. Okay. Oh no, my car's wrecked. I'm one short of dropping Horde Mate this turn. Don't really need green. Not sure if that was the right play. She might have needed to get the guide off the board just to stop him from gaining life. Because in the long game, he is going to destroy us. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked with the Chief of the Scale there. Yeah, here's where he becomes dangerous. Our deck's just going to crap out on us at the wrong time, isn't it? That's what's going to happen right here. Yep. Two cards in my hand. Azban Charm, Dragon Scale Boon. We're going to take the 4. Alright, that's actually exactly the card we needed. So we're going to swing. See what's going on here. We got a lot of options. See what he turns up. We're actually going to Dragon Scale Boon our guy. Are we? No, we're going to Azban Charm him and then bring back Horde Mate. This is decision time for us. We can either Dragon Scale or Azban Charm our guy to kill his. Yeah, that's the right move. And then if he attacks into us, we're going to block. Then when he plays his trick, we're going to charm him. I like it. I like it a lot. Chief of the Scale is becoming a badass this game. Do we feed here? No, we can take 4 and be okay with it. We should have feeded. We just took 4 damage. We didn't really need to. Okay with that. What's kind of interesting about this game right here is that we are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're 1 short of outlasting them being able to untap. We're playing a control game when we shouldn't be. Plan here is to Horde Mate into Skull Hunter while leaving mana open for feet. And he drops Mardu Charm. Okay. God knows what he kept. I'll take those. Got a feeling he's got a trick for the sandbar, though. He's going to utter end what? Assault Road Patrol? No. So I'll do trades for that all around, all day. Now he's got no cards in hand, and I can drop a big-ass morph. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Next turn we're going to swing with Morph and Salt Road Patrol. If he blocks whatever, we're going to upturn Morph. And if he doesn't, then we're going to do something at the end of his turn. What's going on here? Okay. That actually makes our decision much easier. And he did not swing into Chief of the Scale, huh? Clever boy. Now this is going to be interesting because I'm going to play the guide face down with mana to turn it face up. In case he thinks he's got some up his sleeve. And just to use our mana while we can, we're going to turn it face up at the end of his turn. Holy smokes, that's a big deal. We are going to unmorph our Elephant Warrior at the end of his turn and then swing with Team next turn. Because we don't have enough mana to do both now. We're about to gain a lot of life and do a lot of damage. And the most ridiculous thing is, I think I can actually use his Singing Bell Strike against him. Oh, is he gonna... He's turning up the morph. Okay. So because we are familiar with that card in our previous exploits, we know that he can't cast it now. And all of our creatures are bigger than his. So we're going to swing with Team here. No, we're not. we're just going to swing with him because we can actually untap him however we want. I do want to stay aggressive, especially since I know that he's got our warrior buffing spell. If he blocks the 2/2 and a spell snatcher, it's the right block. What a fool. Maybe we outlast Salt World Patrol here? No. Nope. So now our opponent's on a 1-turn clock. We're just going to play this actually to gain the life. We should have untapped our chief last turn. I don't know what he's waiting for. Well, that's not good. What's he going for? He's targeting... Was that Mardu Charm? Treasure Cruise. Okay, he's going for Treasure Cruise. We're going to try to remember to untap our Chief of the Scale at the end of the turn, not like a total freaking tard. I don't know what he's looking for. Okay, well that... He thinks he bought that. That bought him a turn. And it did. Yeah, knew that was coming. He only has one warrior. How's that? I mean, did you think that was going to go differently? Oh my god, I just threw it. Are you serious? What? I really hope I don't lose the game now. This is ridiculous. Well, we won, so that's good. And I'm going to stop this, and we're going to do the winners thingy. Just because I forgot to do it last time. So let's stop this video, and then come on back if you want to see the head-to-head match of the winners.